Good afternoon, happy campers. This is Key of W with Islands of Insight. Apparently the only game I've ever played and never will play again. Um, I'm here in Serene Deluge because it is the place I have been the least. According to my files I look at, I've solved the fewest puzzles here, and there's the most to go, so I should probably be taking care of the ones in this world. All numbers are off by 1. Don't make this pattern. So all the light cell areas need to be rectangles. How am I going to do that with an 11? That's interesting. Oh, hold on. I'm stupid. All numbers are off by 1. So I need to make... Oh, well, this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is fine. How do I make 7 or 9? 9 would be this way, and then this should be a 10, which is... Well, 10 would be 2 by 5, but I can't do that. How else would I do this 8? How would I make... A 7 would have to be a straight line, and it wouldn't be here. Like, if I did... No, I think the only way to make this work... Because I can't do something like this. Any shape like this is not going to work because it would be creating this pattern. So it has to either be a line or a rectangle. So this is... A 7 would be a 1 by 7, but this is only 6, so that won't work. A 9 would have to be a 3 by 3. So I would have to go 3 out and 3 up. That's what I have to do. Then 11... Oh, this could be a 12, which would be 4 by 3, and then that would be that. Okay, that's that. That actually seemed to make the off by 1 a real puzzle. Still not my favorite thing to see. Okay, connect all light cells. So these are all, it's all symmetrical. So if they're all connected, I think we can just automatically do this. No? All light cells got to be connected, so it's just got to be symmetrical. Well, yeah, then shouldn't it be? Because if these are all connected, then we have to connect here. Oh, hold on. I need to do it this way, but then I can't put one here. I would have to do... No, I don't have to do it up here. I just have to do it down here. It's not symmetrical vertically, just horizontally. So this has to go. That's got to go. Yeah, okay, so that's not too bad. I just don't understand symmetry, apparently. I'm just going to go around the edge here. Oh, that's my favorite, going around edges. Because I have to deal with collision and floaty jumping. Oh, no. Nope. Thank you. Anyway. I feel like the last couple times I've been to Serene Deluge, I've been really hitting the lower areas, like down here, which is nice. There's some good puzzles here. But I should... Oh, there's 2 hidden pentads right here. I should definitely focus on going up to the higher areas at some point. Find 5 hidden relics within the boundary. So the boundary's also going to be up there, and I see a nice 2-star puzzle. 2-star puzzles are pretty rare when it comes to hub randomized puzzles, so my guess is that's actually one of the static puzzles I have yet to do. Alright, that's a red guy behind me. I could see by the color of the bricks, so let me just get myself up here without looking back at him. Alright. I'm going to say red is the most annoying... Not, well, white is the most annoying Shy-Aura, but like red of the colored ones is the most annoying because the don't look at me Shy-Auras just make it really irritating to get to them because, well, you have to do it without looking. Maybe that's everything up high, and now we go down low. Like, we see what we got down here. There's surely something in this bush area. No. Ah, there's something down there. Was there something this way as well? Nothing in those bushes. How about moving around this way? We got some stuff down here. We got a ring. Let's head back up. See what we can find. So we've got these. Really, there's something on this side, right? Everything else has been on the other side. Maybe down in here somewhere? Well, this tree should be attached to the ground. I would imagine. Like, if you're flying from far away, you're not going to notice, but I noticed now. Haha, there we are. There we are. Alright, well, I'm going to let the bubble shrink, and I'm going to do that while I play this 2-star puzzle right here. Yeah, I think this is not a randomized puzzle. I think this is supposed to be. Okay, connect all dark cells, connect all light cells. Alright, well, we start with this 2, because it's complete. The 5 now is complete, so is this 2. Oops. It's got to come out, which means the 4 is complete. Kind of seems like I've got a lot of freebies on this one. This is also complete. Can't have any checkerboards if we want to connect all types here. Let's see. That would overload the 2, so we do have to come out this way. We can't have checkerboards, so the 2 does in fact have to be this. This would overload the 4. So we have to come out this way. No checkerboards. We can't connect these because the 2 would overload, so the 6 has to go out at least this far. So the 3 is complete. The 2 would overload here. It's actually just a complete 2. That would overload. That would overload it, so we have to come out through here. Let's see, this 5 has to go to the left at least once. This would overload the 3, so that's the 5 done. Let's see, this 5 now has to go there. This would overload the 3. So that's the 3 here. 5 is done. 2 is done. We have to come out. This would overload the 5. 3 is done. Alright. The 4 has to at least move up this far, so that 3 is complete. 4 is complete. Let's see, this is the only way to get the white up, so that 5 is complete. 4 has to go down at least this far. The 6 could go here, but also could go there. Let's see. The 2... This can't be a white cell to the left of the 2 in the bottom, because then I'd have to close off, and we have to connect all light cells. So we do have to block it here. So it's either up or right. But either way, it has to curve to this spot. So the question is, does the 4 go here or there? Well, this has to be white, actually, so... Oops, this is how it has to be done. No checkerboards. White has to come through here. So the 6 would overload. That finishes the 6 off here. So if I put a white cell right below this 3, we'd have to block ourselves in. So we can't do that. We can't overload here. So now the 6 would overload if it touches there. So it does have to go this way. In fact, I think it has to go all the way. And then we can just connect there. Huh. It's a pretty good one. It's not as hard as I thought it would be. I mean, 2 stars usually isn't that bad. I can do a 2-star puzzle without too much trouble. It's when you get to the like 3, 4, and 5 stars where they can be real pain in the butt. Okay, so the final one is somewhere here. Oh, it's right there. Don't you... Okay, how do I get back over there much faster than I did? Would I do it from here? Probably. Hold on. So let's try again. Let's grab this, come down, and then real quick. There we go. Okay, let's get ourselves up high, because I haven't been to the puzzles over here in a while. Oh wait, hold on, what's this? 7 flow orbs. I have a feeling it wants me to go through here. Is it worth trying to go the other direction? No. Let's try again from here. I think this is the way. Now I know where I'm going. I gotta get enough height there. See, this is usually what I want to see in a flow orb. Like, it's taking advantage of how the movement works in this game. I think I have to get on top of that pillar and then jump again, rather than try to get both in one glide. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. I did it. I saw some hidden pentads. Probably to do the hidden pentads I had seen, too, because I remember seeing multiple. I should just get them out of the way. So, this is the only move. What am I supposed to do with it? Put it here, maybe? Yeah, put it there. Oh, hey, leveled up. Ah, there's a hidden pentad down there. That's the one I saw. How about you? Do you want me to just fly to you? No, you disappear immediately. Do you want me to just wait? No. Do you want me to sneak up to you? Let's sneak without looking at you. Okay. Alright, in our mastery section, we should just get some sparks. Worlds within, sure. Alright, let's look for these. Okay, that's 1, 2. What's this, a ring? Yeah, it's a ring. It's probably going to be on this side, because I haven't really found a lot on this side. No? Over, yeah, behind here. Okay, cool. New morphic fractals spawn. That's my favorite puzzle type. Alright, this looks irritating. Let's get... what's a good one to get out of the way? Cyan? No, because then how do I get... There we go. These two out of the way. So now I just want yellow. Yeah, I want yellow, then I want green, and then I want red. There we go. You know what I haven't done as well? Like, I just remembered. Archipelago of Curiosities. I keep forgetting. This is the only enclave that's not done. There's 2 pattern grids up there. Maybe today I'll stop by and see if I can get them. I seem to remember they're very, very difficult. But since it's an enclave and it's not hub world puzzles, if I can't figure it out, I can always just look them up. Because at a certain point, it will not be fun to figure them out. So no knights moves with black squares. So if I put a white cell here, we instantly lose. So that's got to be a black cell. So then that's got to be a black cell. And we have to connect all light cells. So no knights moves. Let's see. That's a knight's move. Alright, but this is not. I can put a black cell there. That's fine. Let's see. What else can I do? Like one there is fine. Oh, that's a knight's move. That's a knight's move. This would overload the 3. That's a knight's move. This has to go like so. Knight's move, knight's move, knight's move. That would overload the 4. Knights move there and there. Oh, so the 5 is done. Let's see. There's Knights moves. That's a Knights move away here. That has to be white no matter what. That would overload. Knights move. That's got to go because you got to connect all white cells. Got to connect all white cells. There and there. Cool. Oh. Alright, it says 64 seconds is the master time, which suggests to me this will actually be a harder maze. But it could also just be a follow the path maze where the path is really long. That might just be what we're doing here. Also, if you're wondering how I'm seeing where to go here, sometimes I can tell from looking whether there's a wall or whether it is, in fact, an open path. But a lot of times I'm just guessing based on the principle I've discovered about these mazes, which is that they tend to be single paths that you just have to discern. And because of that, I usually assume whatever the longest possible path is, that's the way. And so I'm like predicting there's going to be a wall rather than actually being able to see the wall. Does that make sense? So if you're thinking it looks like I'm solving them really fast and I must be able to see better than whatever YouTube compression or something, or the OBS compression, if there is such a thing happening. No, I probably see it as well as you do. I just am predicting where the walls are going to be. Sometimes you'll see me run right into a wall, which means that my prediction was wrong. Ah, that's going to make this... So I want to be more over here, possibly? Maybe behind there. Is there still a way to get that in? Yeah, but then that's... Yeah. So what if I'm on this side of it? It still really feels like this area here is the best shot I've got. So is there any way to not lose this piece while getting that one? Or do I have to like take a corner? This is tricky. Ooh, hold on. I've got it. I've got it. Just back up a little. There we go. Oh, box around here somewhere. Sounds like I'm like right on top of it. Oh, there it is. Okay, this whole time I was saying I should head up here and do the puzzles up here, because I haven't been... Oh, that's easy. Swag. But then I kept getting distracted by the puzzles down below. Alrighty. There was some stuff in here I missed. Well, there's this ring, for one. I should probably grab sightseers, too. I've been saying a lot, like, I haven't done a lot of sightseers, so I need to make sure I'm not neglecting them. So I don't end up in a situation where I've done every puzzle except for 4,000 sightseers, and now I'm stuck doing 4,000 sightseers in a row. No, I gotta be more this way, but... No, it's behind this tree. That's what I'm looking at. Memory grids. How many of those we got here? Memory grids. Only 37. And this is the only one today. Okay, that's not too bad. Should be this. on that. Kind of looks like a clock. Okay, this is the only move. Moving this here doesn't do much for me, though. I can move that all the way up now, but I'm stuck here. Is there anywhere else I can put these? I mean, I can... This is where we started. No, I gotta move this. Makes me think I'm supposed to be going in this way, but now there's nowhere to move these. Oh, I can move this up, move it to the other side. And now I have a chance? No, this is still stuck. Is this getting somewhere? Oh, here we go. Now I just need to move this out of the way. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, I tend to like shifting mosaics if they're very quick solves, because if they're not very quick solves, they just get really tedious. It's hard to, like, make a nice long puzzle with, you know, individual steps that are all logical. Usually the long ones are just a bunch of tedious moving around until you figure out the magic sequence. Where's the other one? Is it over here somewhere? So, making it quick but challenging is fun. Put it into this corner, then down here. That one was quick but not challenging. There we are. I still haven't seen the red. I mean, it's a big green box, so it makes me think I should be far away from the green box and find a red box that is tiny. Oh, hold on. Blue is sneak. So how do I sneak up on this guy? Doggone it. Yeah. That's the trouble with the sneaky ones, is that, yeah, that right there, that would cause them to go away. So I need to get in without the game ever deciding that I've dropped. So this is actually not super fun, because it's hard to tell which parts of this collision are going to be considered I can step up, down, and which ones are going to send me launching into the air, which is going to count as not being sneaky anymore. Okay. Ten, 4, 5. Exactly one symbol per light area. So this guy's got to connect to the 10. Connect all dark cells. So if this were a dark cell, for instance, we'd have to do this. That's fine. If it's light, I can still do that. If this is light, then that's light. Is there any way? So if I connected these, for instance, I could still do this. But then the trouble is, how do I... Because if I did this, we would have a problem with the dark cell. So I think I have to connect around the top like this, which then forces me to do this. This has to connect to the 5, this has to connect to the 4. Okay, red. Let's get blue and yellow together. Will they eventually go? No. So... will this... Yes. So now just green. Okay. Ooh, another hidden pentad. Let's get one of those. So, I think I want to go left. And up, up, up. Ooh, this is going to be trouble. So I think... yeah, that's not going to work. If I went up, then I would have to find a way to get... yeah, if I went up, I would have to... So I think it's left is the move. Can I... ooh. I think I still think I'd have to do... yeah. If I went this way, though... there we go. And then I could... no. I think I have to go all the way, and we're done. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Let's see. What moves are allowed? This is allowed, which lets me put that in there. Awesome. Okay, that one I saw immediately. Nothing behind that wall. There's one there. Wonder if there's stuff on top of these pillars, because technically part of the range. Nothing down there that I could see. Yeah, I hear you, Mr. Shiora. I hear you. Alright, well, let's just launch ourselves up really high in the air, see if there's anything up there. There's a sightseer up there. Oh, I see it there. Got it. Oh, it's blue. Interesting. So I gotta sneak up the tree. But I will worry about that later. Let's try another shot up in the air. Junior Birdman. Something in this tree, maybe? Doesn't look like it. Maybe there is something down here I missed. Well, there's an arch down here. Ah, there it is. Alright, let's get back up in the air, and let's do this guy. Oh, it's just right there. Alright, let's go to the edge of the tree. And now let's just sneak our way. How do I get closer without... okay. There was also the sightseer here, which is looking at this building, it looks like. But from... is it right? Is this looking at that building? I think so. I just need to get over to this island, maybe? No, this doesn't look right. I think this island here, looking at it? Yeah. There. Oh hey, there's a couple 5-star puzzles. I should probably do those. Save them for another day, though, because I've already been recording for 30 minutes, and it's possible each one of those takes an hour to solve. Alright, tell you what. I'm going to go to the Archipelago of Curiosities, and I'm going to check out the two... okay, it's from there. I'm going to check out the 2 pattern grids I have left. I'm going to see if I can figure them out. But I'm not going to spend too long. I don't know, it depends. If I don't figure anything out, then thanks for coming along for the ride. It'll depend. If it's really embarrassing, maybe I just cut it out because nothing will have been solved or happen or anything. We'll see. I don't know. I just don't want to have too much, because it's not like a live stream. It's not like you're watching me really solve it in real time. So I don't know how interesting it is to watch me look at something for an hour without solving anything. Because pattern grids, you tend to solve all at once. You don't do like, here's one piece of it, then the next, like with logic grids. So we got this one. Right. Yeah, I remember looking at this and not understanding the slightest bit what this is supposed to be. So the first question I had was, do I look at these as patterns that go left to right? So this pattern becomes this one, becomes this one. Or do I look at it as top to bottom? So this pattern becomes that one. This pattern becomes that one. This pattern becomes that one. The second version of that feels more right to me, because then this is the final version of something rather than an intermediary version. But I don't know how else to look at this. Huh. I mean, going from here to here, they look really similar. So, like, maybe we start, like, if it was top to bottom, well, since this half is the same, wouldn't it make the same half here? And so you figure out what you do on this side. But why would this half make this? I was trying to see, like, is there something about what color they're connected to? Like, if this black one is surrounded by black, it stays black, but that doesn't apply to all of them. Like a Conway Game of Life type of thing. I just don't think that's what it is. The fact that we have these bottom two feel like simple patterns and the top ones feel like chaotic ones. Does that mean there's a simple pattern in here it's supposed to be? Like, do we end up doing some kind of, like, upside down thing? Or, like, that would not be it at all, but... There's also... There's also a logic that says that, like, this looks closer to... This bottom right looks closer to top right than it does to anything else. So what would I do if it's going left to right? Then my question would be, so this left half of the top left piece is duplicated on the next pattern. So why would it change on the third pattern? What causes it to change so drastically? That's pointing me towards the patterns are top to bottom. So this is pattern 1, this is pattern 2, this is pattern 3. But I don't see any reason if that's the case, like if this half produces this half, why would it not also produce this half here? We could also check it. The progress is correct. So that is, in fact, now we're on the right track. Get rid of that. So what is causing it to do this? Is it spelling something? Like, is this a G and then this is supposed to stand for something? That doesn't make sense, because then G, then what is this? And also, what are these? Hold on. This pattern is also duplicated here. Is it that simple? It is that simple. That's it. That's the whole thing. Huh. I bet this is one of those where if you saw the other episode like 50 episodes ago, you were probably yelling at your TV. So it is just simply repeat. The pattern in the middle is just taking these two. Huh. Okay. Okay, there's one more. There is one more I could figure out here. Up here. Last one. And it's this guy. Okay. Okay. So this is another where I'm looking at it. Like my initial guess is numbers because we have a 9 and we have a 6. Okay, why would it be a 9 and a 6? So once again, I have the question, do we go left to right or do we go top to bottom? Now, if we go left to right, A, B, C, I don't understand why this happens in this pattern and why it continues to here. So it seems nonsensical to me. And as well, I don't know, like the only way I'd say is, like, well, 3 is obviously the next number that goes there, right? See what I mean? But if it's top to bottom, then something about this pattern suggests 9. And something about this pattern suggests 6. And then something about this pattern has to suggest a number. So you could brute force numbers. I could say, it's not the number of black cells, because this isn't 6, it's 5. And this doesn't have any black cells, so why would it be 9? It does not about the number of white cells. This is 25 white cells, so it's not that. Huh. It's not as simple as what's in this top row or top designates what's down here, like by row or by column, because for instance, this column is all white and this column's all white. This column's all white, but this one isn't all white. I could say there's some weird way like it does with the rows, but that just doesn't make sense to say that, because this center row is all white on both of these, and the center row is the exact same here. But that feels like a really weird pattern to do, because then every single row would have a different rule regarding the white spaces, because otherwise this should be the same on the whole thing. I can always brute force numbers, so I bet I could fit a 2-digit number in here, right? 10. Huh. But the thing is, like, my main problem with making this numbers is that I don't know how they want me to draw the numbers. Like I said, like I did here with the 1, 0, if I want to make the number 10, this is a number 10. That's readable as a number 10, but so is this. How do I know what the game wants me to do? My guess would be this, because these don't have rounded edges. These are square like so. It could also, but the thing is, if this was an 11, what would I do for 11? This? Like, where would I put the ones? Are the ones supposed to be, well, that won't fit more than one of them. I could also say it's 1, oops, 12, 13. Is this the 13? Is this how you do the 3? I could say, what's 14? 15 you could make. I could make 16. 17, 18 like this. 19. I don't actually know what number it's supposed to be. 21, 31, 91, 91, 41, 81, 71, 61, 51, like, what is it? But I think it's supposed to be a white number on a black background. But it's just a matter of how do you draw the number. Is that what it's going to be? What does this shape mean? I see 3 and 2. 3 times 2 is 6, but no, that's not how you would do it. There's something about this pattern that's important. What is this shape? 2, 3, 3, 1, 2. 2 times 3 would be 6, times 3 would be 18, times 1 would be 18. But that's this again. Unless you want me to do something here, but I wouldn't know. Like, is there a better way to draw an 18? Unless it's a... But then what is the 9? Where's the 9 coming from if you're, like, multiplying? 5 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 4 would be a ridiculous number, right? 5 times 6 is 15, times 2 is 30, times 2 is 60, times 4 is 240. And I can't fit that in here. So, what am I doing? Adding them up? 5, 8, 10, 12. That's 16. Which is... We've seen the 6, which looks like this. It's not just going to be another one of the numbers. Yeah, it's also set me up to have... So, I think these two have to both be... No, they're not? Okay, so there's got to be... So it's not just a black on these outer edges and then a number in the center. But what is it? So if we had a number that reached the edge, it is a 2-digit number. Is this how you do it? 33? I don't know how you draw the number. That's the thing. It's like I'm thinking it has to be a number because that's what we're doing. But there isn't a guide that says this is how you pixel art the number exactly the way the game wants you to. So am I getting hung up on the wrong thing here? Is it just a number over on this side? Because it says it wants this guy to be a white cell. The only way I can think of by making this a number is by making it a 2-digit number. Unless you make a giant 0. Giant 8. So what would it be? Like... You could say what's 9 plus 6? But then that doesn't put that number there. What's 9 times 6 is 54. How on earth would you do 54? Is there something numerical up here? I see like a letter N kind of in this white cell stuff, but that doesn't make any sense. Because then what's here? The letter P sideways? No. And if they wanted these to be letters, they'd be distinct. Just like these numbers are distinct. Alright, what else? Okay, so if we have this going on... Worth a shot. Well, I bet I'm supposed to also fill in, and they're going to do the one. Could it be perhaps a black number on a white background because it's mostly black here? Like if I did this here. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay, so this is where... well, then how would I fill in here? What? I don't see how you're supposed to, in the correct way, solve this. Like, so far, it's just saying switch like this. So far, it's matching up. The fact that this has been perfectly swapped and this has been perfectly swapped down here. Right? So then do I make a black or a white number based on what's in here? 3 times 2 times 2? That doesn't work either, because that's 12. How do you fit 12 in there? And then also, why am I adding stuff up? Feels like if I want a number now, it has to be black. And why is there this thing down here? Yeah, that's just not symmetrical. I don't understand it. It's what would this be? Like, but I can't just be, because it just doesn't make sense for the pattern to be guess how you draw the number. It's got to be something with these. Like maybe this row is duplicated exactly because that's what's happened here. This row, you do the first 3 and then you swap the bottom 2. And then this one is kept, swapped, kept, swapped, swapped. That is terrible. That's terrible. I don't think that's a good one. Look, okay, so that's what the pattern is. You go column by column, and there's a different rule for each column. The left column, you swap entirely. The second column, the top 3, you keep, and the bottom 2 you swap. And then the third column is keep, swap, swap. And then it's keep all of what's there, and then you swap all of the right column. I just don't think that's good. Sorry. I just think it's a really badly designed puzzle. Because it's arbitrary. It's a different rule for every single thing. And I guess that's how you get this thing to say IQ, but I think your IQ, if you are making a puzzle that works this way, the IQ really is a single digit in a square. So, nope, I disagree with the creation of that puzzle. If you're going to do a rule that we have a pattern, there should be one pattern, and you should be solving one pattern and not 5 separate patterns within each square. Nope. I will not give grace to the person that made that. That was bad. Should have been removed from the game. That should have been in the Lost Grids. There should have been an actual good puzzle there. Okay. Let's do a good puzzle. I'm over by the Ascension Grid, so I'm going to do at least one good one before I end this video, because I'm in a bad mood now because that puzzle was atrocious. And we're going to take... We have a lot of 3-star ones and a 5-star. I'm going to take a 1-star because I don't want this to go overtime. So, no black squares, 1 symbol per light area. Connect all dark cells. symbol per light area. Corner rule's going to force me to do this. Alright, is there anything else? This doesn't seem like a problem yet. There's got to be at least one of these two. Now, if this were a light cell, what would it connect to? It would have to connect here. Which is technically possible. One of these two has to be a light cell, or you have a square, so it has to be this one. Any other spot? Well, that's got to come out. Yeah, I'm thinking if we have this go on, then the 6 will have to come down here. But if we don't do that, if we have this be a white cell, the 6, it still has to come down this way. So this has to be attached to the 6. Which means, oh yeah, this can't be a white cell because we never this. So we'd have a dark cell there. So either this one or that one. And we have to bring this to the 6. It can go up, but not like this. It could be like so, but also... hold on. Now if I bring this over here, I have a square. So I do have to bring this there. There's no way... Yeah. So that is the solution here. Alright, gotta connect all dark cells. This could be light because I can still connect up here. Actually, there can't be a light cell here. Ever. What would connect to it? So there you go. Which means there has to be a... This has to be. Which is going to force me to make all these choices. There's got to be a light cell up in one of these two, I think. No, there could just be one here. There can't be a light cell here. It won't connect to anybody, so that's dark. Which means one of these two is light. It's that one. That's how that goes. Then we got to block that off. Let's see. 4 could go there. Well, it would force the 6 in a bad way, so it's not going to. Means that's got to be. Now, if it went here, we would be in trouble as well. So I think the 4 is forced to do this. If I make that. There we go. Hey, that's a good puzzle. We ended on a good puzzle. Alright. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching that. Finally finished Archipelago of Curiosities. I was a little disappointed in it, but oh well. Anyway, I will see people in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.